Dear brothers and sisters, how many times are you watching the scenes out of Gaza, of children being massacred, of soldiers gloating on top of the bodies of our shuhada, entering into our masajid, partaking in their celebrations over the copies of the Mus'haf, laughing and recording themselves on TikTok and sending it out as a mockery to the entire ummah. And you watch these videos, and how many times does the sentiment come, لو أن لي بكم قوة, لو أن لي بكم قوة. If only I had the strength and the ability to defend our brothers and sisters against you. If only I had the strength to defend our brothers and sisters, to push back on your transgression. لو أن لي بكم قوة. It's one of the most difficult things that we are living in these moments, that for any Muslim with even this much ghira for the religion, this much honor for the religion, watching this happen, and the injustice against humanity, the crimes against humanity, you watch that, and inside of yourself, لو أن لي بكم قوة. If only I had the strength, if only I had the means. This sentence, لو أن لي بكم قوة, is taken from Sayyidina Lut alayhi salam. And I want you to visualize the statement as it was being made, that Lut alayhi salam, who has warned his people, Lut alayhi salam, who has offered his people everything to take them to salvation and to give them the best of this life and the next, finds himself in a desperate situation, trying to defend what he has of his family, and they are banging the windows and shaking the door, and he has no physical way to defend himself. Can you imagine in that situation, sitting in the house and they're breaking down the doors and attacking you, and you physically can't do anything? As a man in particular, to defend your family, subhanAllah, it's a human instinct. And he says, لو أن لي بكم قوة أو آوي إلى ركن شديد. If only I had the strength to resist you, or if I could rely on a mighty pillar, rukn shadid. The Prophet ﷺ commented on this statement from Lut alayhi salam. He said, Rahim Allahu akhi Lut. May Allah have mercy on my brother Lut alayhi salam. لقد آوى إلى ركن شديد. He indeed relied upon a mighty pillar. And who is the mighty pillar that the Prophet ﷺ is talking about? Allah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the mighty pillar that he was relying on. So Lut alayhi salam is not making this statement from a place of questioning Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, or from a questioning of the qadr of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the decree of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, but of the lack of means that he has. قد آوى إلى ركن شديد. But he depended upon a mighty pillar who was Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And listen to the sincerity of his words. The Prophet ﷺ said, ما بعث الله نبيا بعد إلا في ذروة من قومه. That Allah did not send a prophet after Lut alayhi salam, except that he was from the nobles of his people. This is an interesting hadith of the Prophet ﷺ. Lut alayhi salam, his qawm was different in that he did not grow up amongst them. He's the nephew of Ibrahim alayhi salam, and he went to his people, and they were his qawm in the prophetic sense, his people in the prophetic sense. But the Prophet ﷺ said that after this place of loneliness and estrangement that he felt when he had no one to come to his aid from his people, that every prophet that came after him came from the cream of the crop in terms of the lineage and the status of the people. Meaning what? Look no further than his great nephew, Yusuf alayhi salam. Or a distant cousin, Yusuf alayhi salam, Kareem ibn Kareem ibn Kareem ibn Kareem. A noble one, the son of a noble one, Yaqub, the son of a noble one, Ishaq, the son of a noble one, Ibrahim. That Musa alayhi salam at least had his brother Harun. That Isa alayhi salam came from Ali Imran. That Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam came from the most noble place of Quraysh. Meaning these narrations about a prophet that stands on the day of judgment with absolutely no support and no followers. Imagine the scene on the day of judgment of a prophet with no followers. That these were prophets that preceded Lut alayhi salam.